Hi, it's May 6, 2010, and it's time for the Sykes Update. Very busy week here at the state capitol, and I want to get to that later, but this week we had a very special ceremony to honor one of Senate District 24's finest citizens, Mr. Joe Cox, principal, retired now from Newcastle High School, where we had him on the Senate floor and his family, and also a reception in the Senate lounge to honor his 39 years as principal of Newcastle High School. Certainly had a big impact on me and many other students that came through Newcastle, and I wouldn't be here at the state capitol without his service today. So glad to do that. And also this week, very busy week on conference committees, working on conference committee reports. I've got a lot of them that are going to be coming out soon. We just finalized outlawing Sharia Law being considered by courts here in Oklahoma, and are working on getting the signatures to get that signed out for an up or down vote on the floor, and a number of other measures we're working on as well. So tune back in next week for another Sykes Update, where we should have a lot more to talk about. Thank you.
Mr. Floor Leader.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that an entourage be escorted on the Senate floor and that Senator Sykes be allowed to use the floor leader's mic.
Senator Sykes, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent request that Senate Resolution 114 be brought directly to the calendar.
You've had the unanimous consent request without objection. That will be the order. Senator Sykes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, I have a very special guest here today. This is my high school principal, Mr. Joe Cox, and his family. He's retiring after 39 years as principal of Newcastle High School, my alma mater. That's why he's here today, to honor his career. Mr. President, I ask the clerk to read the resolution.
Clerk will read.
Whereas Joe Cox, after 41 years as a teacher, coach, and principal, was selected as 2009 Citizen of the Year for the community of Newcastle in McLean County. And whereas Joe Cox organized and actively participated in the 2009 Joe Cox and Friends Christmas Drive that raised money for families in need at Christmas time. And whereas Joe Cox was named All-Oklahoma City Baseball Player of the Year in 1962 at Northeast High School and All-State 1962. He attended the University of Oklahoma on a baseball scholarship from 1962 to 66 and was named All-City Baseball Coach of the Year in 1972 and 1982 at Newcastle High School. And whereas Joe Cox helped shape countless numbers of students to be successful with their lives, occupations, and with their place in society. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate of the second session of the 52nd Oklahoma Legislature that the Oklahoma State Senate congratulates Newcastle High School Principal Joe Cox for his selection as the Newcastle Pacer, by the Newcastle Pacer as 2009 Citizen of the Year. That the Oklahoma State Senate commends Newcastle High School Principal Joe Cox for his many accomplishments during his 41 years in education, wishes him well in his retirement, and names him Principal Emeritus of Newcastle High School.
Senator Sykes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I'd move adoption of the resolution.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Those opposed, nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. I declare the resolution to be adopted. Senator Sykes.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent request that all senators be made co-author of the resolution, giving those senators the right to withdraw who so desire.
Without objection, that will be the order. Senator Sykes.
Mr. President, I would ask that Mr. Cox be allowed to use the floor leader's mic to say a few words.
Mr. Cox, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to introduce my family members, if I could. My wife, Connie, son Craig and his wife Tika, and granddaughter Ashton, my daughter Casey, my brother Jim and his wife Dolly, mother and father-in-law Cecil and Anita Cox, family members Jane Adams and her daughter Carrie, and Debbie and Jerry Roberts. I want to thank Senator Sykes for having me and my family here today. It means an awful lot to me. I also want to thank my family members and friends for joining me in this occasion. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Members, if you'd come by and congratulate Mr. Cox and his family, we're also going to have a reception in the Senate Lounge immediately following, so come by for punch and cookies. Thank you.
Chair sees a quorum. Senate will come to order.